Chris, lead this distributed energy resource programs. She's here to talk to us, and please welcome Catherine Chris.
All right, hi everyone. I'm not here to talk about solar, but I am going to talk about demand response and lighting and thermostats. So I think hopefully it'll be helpful for you all. Before I get started, I just want to give a quick introduction to the Center for Sustainable Energy. You can flip to the next slide. So we're a nonprofit, mission-driven organization. We're headquartered down in San Diego. I work out of our Oakland regional office, and then we also have other offices in Los Angeles, Boston, and I feel like I'm missing one, New York. And so the work that we do is really focused around clean energy program management as well as technical advisory services. You can flip to the next slide. And so our expertise is really pretty wide-ranging. We work in clean transportation, building performance, energy efficiency, renewable energy, and we work with a number of different clients. And you can also flip to the next slide. And also sort of the work that we do also varies. So we work in rebate program design and administration. We do education and outreach. We do workforce training and development. And we also do a lot of technical advisory services. So that includes things like energy audits or consulting services, particularly for businesses as well as public agencies. And so that other slide was just a snapshot of some of the programs that we actually manage. I don't know if any of you have purchased an electric vehicle or a hybrid vehicle lately. Okay, cool. If you got your rebate, then Center for Sustainable Energy was the one that processed that rebate for you. So we can go down. So I'm really here today to talk about automated demand response. I'm managing a project called the Automated Demand Response Installation Project. And we basically have funding to support businesses and help them install this equipment and enroll in utility demand response programs. And that enables you to save money on your utility bills, but then also reduce the energy at your facility. So in terms of the benefits of automated demand response, I kind of already mentioned a few, but one of the big ones is obviously you can lower your utility bills. So you are able to, with this new technology, you're able to participate in demand response events. And so those typically happen on really, really hot days. So maybe towards the end of this week, actually, there might even be one called. And during those events, the price for energy spikes. And basically, this equipment enables you to reduce your energy use, and you're not going to get hit with those higher prices for electricity. I mentioned it'll enable you to use less energy. You're going to have these really efficient controls that'll enable you to control the temperature in your building or the lighting in your building more efficiently. You can save time. It's all automated, so you don't have to go and start, turning off lights everywhere or adjusting the thermostat. So that makes things really easy. And obviously, I mentioned you can increase control. And then there's also just an environmental benefit, right? So if you have this equipment and you're reducing your energy use on a hot day, you're stopping the utility from having to turn on one of their peaker plants, which tend to be older fossil fuel plants. And they don't have to turn that on because people have already reduced their energy use. So there is that benefit to your community. So this is really just explaining what automated demand response is. If you just scroll up just a little bit. So I don't know how many of you are serviced by PG&E, but for PG&E territory, a lot of the small and medium business customers are actually being transitioned over to this critical peak pricing rate, which is the time of use rate. And so this kind of illustrates what happens when you get on this rate. And so you get a discount throughout the summer you get a discount on your regular rates throughout the summer, but when that demand for energy is high, this is what happens to the rate of your energy. So it spikes. So if you have automated demand response, you don't get hit by this. You're going to be able to save the energy, and you're not going to get hit by this higher price for electricity. And you're going to save money on throughout the rest of the year because you're going to be on a reduced rate. So this just kind of explains how automated demand response works. It's really simple. It's automated. There's no manual intervention. So when the utility calls a demand response event, They send a signal over the internet that actually triggers your automated demand response equipment to implement whatever load reduction strategy you've decided is the best for your facility. So you just scroll down. And so depending on your facility, that might be dimming the lighting, or maybe shutting off a portion of your lighting, or maybe pre-cooling your building or increasing the thermostat temperature. And I know that we're in Modesto and it gets very hot here over the summer. And so, you know, even increasing the thermostat temperature by a little bit might make people uncomfortable. But with this equipment, you're really able to control the building's temperature. So you could pre-cool your building so that when that event hits, nobody is uncomfortable and you really don't notice it. And the way that you set these measures, it's not intended to make people feel uncomfortable, and you're not supposed to notice it. It's really supposed to be like such a small adjustment that unless you're the one that knows that that's happening, you're probably not going to notice it. So now I just want to talk quickly about some of the opportunities that are available to businesses. Utilities actually offer incentives for you to install this equipment. So you can scroll down. For PG&E customers, they actually have a fast track program for small and medium businesses, and they'll cover up to 100% of the installation and equipment cost. And so some of the equipment that's eligible, that includes lighting controls, programmable thermostats, and energy management systems. I know that Modesto Irrigation District provides electricity in this area to a lot of customers. Unfortunately, I checked and they don't have a demand response program at the moment.
So they don't have it, and it's about 90% here.
90%.
Yeah, I mean, you go along the outskirts and you'll get PG&E customers, but you're going to deal strictly, primarily with MID.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so you can scroll down. So if for PG&E customers, you can receive ongoing incentives by participating in a demand response program. So I've already mentioned the discount that you can receive on regular summer rates by participating in the peak day pricing program. And then there's also another program that's administered by third-party demand response providers. And you basically just get a monthly incentive for participating. So I know that this is a green business team, and I'm not sure if you have a certification program here. I'm not as familiar, but a lot of the green business networks that I've been to, you can actually leverage these incentives to really support your green business goals, or maybe even help you to get achieve your green business certification. And so these are sort of the two most common ones I see is the lighting control devices and the programmable thermostats. So if you were in PG&E service territory, you could leverage that incentive and they could cover the cost of and help you get towards your green business certification. So CSC is actually administering an automated demand response pilot project, and that's funded by the California Energy Commission. So we're actually recruiting small and medium businesses across the state to install this equipment. And the benefit of participating with us is that we have been training contractors, so we provide them with online training. We also provide them with support from our technical assistance team. So we really make sure that every project that we implement is a success. And then another bonus is that you're supporting your local workforce. So a key component of this program is there's a training component, and so we're partnered with 8 joint apprenticeship training centers across the state, and we're training electrical apprentices to be able to install this equipment. And I believe that between Fresno and Sacramento, we've trained about 100 electrical apprentices so far, and that's since January. So around 5 or 6 classes. So that if you were in PG&E service territory, unfortunately I wish that Modesto Irrigation District had a program. You could go to our website to see if you were eligible. We do have some geographic requirements. And then if you were eligible, then I would follow up with you and we would talk more about your facility and really make sure that automated demand response would be the best fit. and then we would connect you with a qualified contractor. And I really encourage you, I know that, you know, if 90% are serviced by Modesto Irrigation District, I encourage you still to go online, maybe talk to your representative, talk to the energy manager at your facility and find out if demand response is an opportunity for you at your facility. And I'm happy to talk to anybody if you have questions or even just point you in the right direction. And so that's my contact information. We do have a website that has all of the information that I shared today. If you have any additional questions, and I have some flyers that I can hand out or just leave at the front.